Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my therapy sessions because I'm just sick of this planet at this point. Alright, we're just gonna jump right into this. I'm gonna drag you kicking and screaming with me. So, in the great state of Georgia, down in Logansville, there is a nurse who was part of what was termed an adult daycare program by an article, and this woman decided to go above and beyond the call of duty in the worst way possible. And she looked at this patient in a wheelchair that she had, and she went, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something cool. I'm gonna climb on top of this man's wheelchair in my scrubs, and I'm gonna film myself dancing on top of him, giving him the old smooch of the cooch.
Right, so this woman, she's a 19-year-old healthcare worker in Georgia, and in a video posted online, you see her wearing navy scrubs and a stethoscope, as well as there being a disabled man reported to be an in-home patient of hers.
I just want to know what has to happen to a person to think this is a good idea and then actually do it. Because my dudes, I do not claim to be a very smart individual, but there are some people out there where I wonder if it's like doing this requires thinking. And somehow her actually using her brain made her do a dumber decision than what she would have done if she just didn't think at all. Like, how do you develop a negative IQ? I'd be impressed if I wasn't so disappointed. I want to know what would have happened if she slipped and hurt herself or him. What would she have said happened? Because if I may start speculating, if I may start pondering my orb, most of the people that I've seen that would get into situations like this, I've never seen one exactly like it, but in those that are similar, if their little endeavor goes wrong and they have to ask someone for help and the Good Samaritan asks what happened, they're not gonna say what exactly happened. They try to gloss it up or just outright lie. Oh no, see, I wasn't trying to swallow his skull with my vag. There was a spider on the ceiling I was trying to kill, but then it shot web at me like Spider-Man and then I slipped and broke my ribs. They will make it sound like they're doing something completely different to what they were doing to anybody that asks, but they will also post video of what the exact thing they were doing online, like nobody can see it. You know, a little pro tip from me to you, to all of my future hospital strippers out there. Most social media networks allow you to set your account to private so that only certain people that you allow can view your stuff. Like, this actually gets me irrationally tilted. So many people are like, oh, I use my social media account as my diary. Then why is your account public, you dingus? If your stuff is public, don't expect me not to know about the videos you posted about you and your bestie cheating on your husbands with Juan Decimo, okay? I am not going to cover for you, Kyle, if you post a video on your YouTube going, what's popping y'all back with another banger vlog of me selling crack to my local first graders? I'm sorry, I'm just very upset about this. But anyways, back on track. So I may or may not have played the original video. I'm going to be real with you. I think watching this thing takes years off my lifespan. I think I've lost about 8 already. But viewers started to ask themselves, this guy that she's dancing on top of looks a little bit disabled, which would be the cherry on top of SpongeBob's Hellspawn Sundae we have here. And so people started asking her, hey, is my man mentally handicapped? And she actually posted a response video after that video went viral, and let's just say she didn't exactly deny it.
Okay, TikTok, right now it's a video that's going viral of me, the healthcare worker that's dancing on top of her patient's head. It's not what it is. Trust and believe. All I gotta say for now is angles play a big part, but we're gonna get into that another time. Okay? Non-verbal, trust and believe, he's verbal. And if he's not verbal to his kins, then I don't know what's going on over there. But around here, he be verbal. And I got proof. What you say?
Can I get my hug?
You wanna get a hug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye, mama.
He looks very aware and comfortable to me, so y'all need to stop jumping to conclusions, even though, yeah, I do see how he look, but trust me, it's not that.
Alright, so she's claiming he is verbal. Mentally handicapped, she didn't exactly deny that part, but no, he is verbal, according to her. Now, if I may get a little conspiratorial, is the guy she showed in her proof video that he's verbal even the same person that she was dancing on top of? Because we didn't hear the original guy's voice in the first video, and this second guy, he seems to be walking upright while the other guy, I think he was in a wheelchair or something, and our second guy here, I can't make out his looks at all. His entire torso is being covered by 2 big blue hearts. She's talking about, oh, it's not what it looks like. The angles makes it look bad. Girl, you could have shot this from a GoPro in the 4th dimension. You would not look any better. The camera footage from my last endoscopy makes me look better than you do right now. But you know what? Just for giggles, you and I are going to take a trip to the fantasy zone where I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's say this woman is a celestial goddess, and she dances on top of you, you become healed of any and all trouble in your life. And she just didn't realize here on Earth, CNAs are not supposed to seductively dance on their patients. And especially especially not post this activity online. So she posts the first video, she gets all the backlash, and then she must have realized, okay, so if I want to perform the lap dance of life on these patients, I just can't film this and put it on TikTok. And let's be real here, her dance moves can't heal a paper cut. But even after the fallout of the first video, she posted another video doing the same thing. Honestly, this could have been worse because she was bathing this dude, so the guy is shirtless. The surface she's on is probably slipperier. And I'm gonna cover up the dude in the picture, but he does not look happy at all. He looks miserable to be a part of this. Now, hopefully you will be happy to know that she has been arrested. Pop your champagne bottles now, gang. But this got me thinking there are way too many instances of healthcare professionals uploading themselves doing things that, I'm just gonna say it, no normal human being would even want to do, let alone film themselves doing. The one that always blows my mind when I think about it, so there were these 3 people, I don't know if they were nurses or dental assistants, but there was this person in their care who had some sort of mouth cancer and they were going to surgery, and the employees, while they were on break, decided, hey, let's film a video for Snapchat of us doing a little parody of kindergarten story time. One nurse is going to read something to another nurse sitting on the floor, and then the other one films. And in their infinite wisdom decided, hey, the book we're going to use is going to be the cancer patient's journal that we're going to steal. I'm going to talk over the vid because they actually do read passages of his journal, and they're laughing during this whole thing. You can probably see in the video the girl chuckling, but you can find the actual normal video online if you want. And trust me when I say there is nothing funny in this journal that they've read this entire video. It's just his guy venting about the anxieties about the treatment and the cancer, and they're laughing like it's a script for an Always Sunny episode. Now, as you can imagine, this got a bunch of people with hearts upset at these nurses, which got one nurse's brain working, and she thought, oh, this would be great TikTok material, so she uploaded a vid of her walking behind the dumpsters smiling with the caption, when you go viral for being a piece of shit. Now, as you could probably imagine, all 3 of the nurses were fired, as they should have been rip bozos. I honestly hope none of these people ever work in healthcare again, because judging how like they were laughing at that patient's diary, they clearly don't deserve to. And by the way, I know there's like a stereotype of the CNAs are always the mean girls in high school, at least quite a lot of them are, but it's not just CNAs, it's like actual certified doctors and surgeons. One that's always in my head is the Dr. Roxy case, where she would always advertise on social media, and that advertisement includes filming herself doing surgery, and the one clip that I know, she's holding like one of those, it honestly looks like an immersion blender, but she's got it in this woman's neck, and Dr. Roxy's not looking at the patient as she's just mining away in this woman's neck. I'm so happy that the woman lived. Oh, and then you had the other woman, what's her name, Wendell Boutte. While she and a bunch of her co-workers were operating on a patient, they decided, hey, let's turn this operation into a dance party. And she filmed herself operating on the patient. As she was holding knives, making incisions, she was bobbing up and down. And her co-workers were taking chunks of the patient's flesh that they cut off and dancing with it. You know, it'd be one thing if you were just dancing in the operating room and you had the patient's consent. Spoiler alert, they didn't have their consent. If you look on the form that allows the doctors to film the operation, where the patient signs is just left blank. But even if they did have the patient's consent to film, I would be absolutely shocked if they found a patient that saw them dancing around with their flesh and was completely okay with it. I really want to know what runs through these people's heads and that makes them think that it's okay to post this stuff on the internet, like they're not going to face any consequences at all. It's really interesting to me because I'm probably younger than a lot of these people, and I got taught in school, be careful what you post online. There's a good chance it comes back to haunt you. And I know a lot of older people got taught this too, so I really want to know how these people just slip through the cracks. Were they just absent on the day they told them to not do stuff like this? Anyways, that's enough for my little therapy session. Hope you're all having a very good start to your week, and may these people's actions haunt them forever.